The right diet can control blood sugar, while the wrong food can lead to dangerous complications. This video will give some tips to help you make healthier food choices. And low-carb diet is being applied very effectively for people with diabetes. With type 2 diabetes, it's important to eat a balanced diet and keep track of the right amount of carbohydrates, carbs. Because nutrients, including carbohydrates, proteins and fats, can directly affect your blood sugar, as Amy Gorin said, a dietitian in Union City, New Jersey. Factors that can affect the amount of carbs you need to eat each day include your age, weight, activity level, and diabetes medications including insulin. Determining how much carbs to eat when you have diabetes is quite difficult. According to the scientists recommend, people with diabetes should get about 45 to 60% of their calories from carbs per day to control high blood sugar. How does food affect blood sugar? After eating, your body will absorb various nutrients in the food. These nutrients include carbohydrates, sugars, starches and fibers, protein, fat, vitamins and other nutritious minerals. The carbohydrates you consume which are converted to blood glucose. The more carbohydrates you eat, the higher the amount of sugar your body will secrete. If carbohydrates are consumed in liquid form, the body will absorb them more quickly than in solid foods. So a glass of soft drink will spike your blood sugar faster than a pizza. Fiber, a group of substances very important to health, is also a component of carbohydrates but is not converted to sugar. This is because fiber cannot be digested. In addition, protein, fat, water, vitamins and minerals will not contain carbohydrates, the group of substances that have the greatest impact on blood sugar levels. Effective low-carb diets for diabetes. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, recommends that people with diabetes should have a low-carb diet, getting about 45% of their calories from carbs. The rest comes from lean protein and plant proteins like chicken, salmon, tofu and heart-healthy fats like green vegetables, nuts. The first low-carb diets, LCD, a low-carb diet is about limiting your carb intake to 50 to 100 grams, or 10 to 20% of calories per day. Low-carb diet mainly focuses on the use of non-starchy vegetables, typically lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, dragon beans, green beans. The above method all favor the use of vegetable fats, such as oil, nut butters. Low-carb diet mode again accepts animal fats and proteins in the form of lean meats, poultry and fish, but does not use fatter meats, eggs or cheese. When following a low-carb diet, it's often used to increase protein, healthy fats and vegetables to replace carbs and promote fullness. The researchers did a long-term follow-up of people with type 1 diabetes who followed a diet that limited carbs to 70 grams per day. The results showed that all the participants had HbA1c levels decreased on average from 7.7% to 6.4%. Furthermore, their HbA1c levels remained unchanged for the next 4 years. Besides, one of the biggest fears for people with type 1 diabetes is hypoglycemia, or an alarmingly low drop in blood sugar. Patients with type 1 diabetes who limit their daily carb intake to less than 90 grams have 82% lower blood sugar than when they were on the diet. Foods are allowed to eat every day: lean meats, pig, beef, chicken with skinless, eggs, vegetable oils such as olive oil, seed oil, soybean oil, sesame, fish oil, fish fat, types of seafood, salmon, shrimp, squid. Use green teas, herbal teas, bitter melon juice, apple cider vinegar. Types of vegetables to eat: oyster, kale, cauliflower, cabbage, spinach, chayote, melon, cucumber, cheeks, seaweed. bean sprouts, mushrooms. The second, very low-carb or ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is a diet that limits carbohydrates in very low amounts, usually less than 50 grams, and increases the amount of unsaturated fats and proteins, in order to induce new energy metabolism from fats, as opposed to energy derived from starch. Normally, the ketogenic diet consumes 25 to 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. People following the ketogenic diets consume 60 to 70% of their calories from fat, 20 to 30% from protein, and no more than 5 to 10% from carbohydrates. Specifically, for a person following a 1,800-calorie daily diet, they will need to consume 140 grams of fat, 90 grams of protein and 45 grams of carbohydrates per day. In one study, which evaluated 262 patients for 10 weeks, patients followed a ketogenic diet that consisted of 3 to 5 servings of vegetables, moderate protein and 8 fat until they felt just enough, with a focus on fat. All participants were able to eliminate at least one diabetes drug, decreased HbA1c levels, and had a 20% reduction in triglycerides, harmful fats that increase cardiovascular disease risk. They are monitored daily for their blood sugar so they can adjust their medication. Foods you should eat with the keto diet. You can formulate this diet based on the following suggested foods: fatty fish, salmon, tuna, mackerel, meat, beef, sausage, bacon, chicken, nuts, almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, healthy oils, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil and avocado oil. Nutritionists and diabetes educators agree that the type of fat you choose will be very important to your health and longevity. Because some studies have shown that a low-carbohydrate diet in the ketogenic diet can increase the bad LDL cholesterol. It is important to limit the amount of saturated fat from processed meat products, fatty cheese, butter, and cream. It is best to choose unsaturated fats, such as olive oil, canola oil, almonds, fish oil, avocado oil. The difference between low-carb and keto diets. The main difference between the diets is the amount of carbohydrates. On a low-carb diet, you typically eat 50 to 150 grams of carbs per day, but with a keto diet, your daily carb intake is limited to less than 50 grams. One key difference is the amount of protein. On a low-carb diet, protein intake can be high, but with a keto diet, protein intake should be moderate to around 20% of total calories. This is because excessive protein intake can prevent ketosis. Additionally, the amount of fat tends to be significantly higher in the keto diet, since fat replaces carbs and protein. The keto diet can be too restrictive for most people, resulting in poor long-term adherence to treatment. What's more, the keto diet is more likely to cause unwanted side effects. Therefore, a low-carb diet may be a better choice for most people. They said, it's important to consult with your healthcare provider before starting any diet to reduce the risk of complications. Don't forget subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.